All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, want to give all honor and glory to Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Bahashim, Rakakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Okay, Lord, will this lesson be an edifying lesson unto you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, who are the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, your Heavenly Father, Yahawah, who they ignorantly call God, and the only begotten Son is Yahawashi, who they ignorantly call Jesus. Okay, those are your powers to you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. If this truth resonates through your spirit, whether you be in China, whether you be anywhere across, in any other continent, all across the world, then you may be an Israelite. Okay, through the bloodline. All right. Okay, but because this is not a skin color thing. This is not a face thing. Okay, this is a bloodline thing. This is a spiritual a bloodline thing, and then through the spirit thing. Okay, all right. Because if you're not of Israel, there's no way you can get the spirit of the Lord. Okay, there's no way you can understand this. All right. Okay, so Lord willing, this lesson be edifying. All right. So the title we have here today. Let me just make sure my mic is good. Okay, good. All right. So make sure everything's good. Okay. So the title we have today is Babylon the Great was not built for comfort. Okay. I should put is record only. I can edit that, I think. Babylon the Great is not built for comfort, right? Okay. All right. Babylon the Great is not built for comfort. All right. Okay. And this is I heard from Apostle Hart's video. Okay. And I was like, I'm gonna run with it. Okay. So yeah, Babylon the Great is not built for comfort. Okay. It wasn't, built for us to be over here. As you see Jake, it wasn't built for us to be relaxing. Okay. Um, teeth shining, all smiling to ear. Okay, it wasn't for us to be, unaware of what's happening. It wasn't for us to be drowned out from, from thinking that, something was wrong. Okay, you're supposed to be thinking something's wrong in this time. Okay, everything should be wrong in Babylon the Great right now. The only thing that's right in Babylon the Great is the truth. Okay, it's this light. All right. Okay, it's a lot of wickedness, man. We're vexed with the daily, like Lot. Okay, if you're not vexed, then you're not in the right spirit. Okay, there should be things that you know that bother you. Okay, it might not be all, it should be all right, especially the wicked abominations, but it should be a lot of things. Okay, and I start that off by going here. Okay, because you're oppressed, all right, whether you know it or not. If you don't know it, then today you learn that you're oppressed. Okay, all right, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you are oppressed here. This is not your rest. Okay, this is not where we rest. All right, this is oppression. Okay, the fact that you can't get the fact that you can't get ahead, right? The fact that you can't get the support. All right. The fact that the government is making you subject into payments. All right. Taxing the shit out of you. The fact that you got low pay. Okay. Low pay, and they're raising the food. Okay. What is it? The pay doesn't match the what is the word I'm looking for? When it's high prices, the pay does not match the what's that word, man? Pay does not match. Mm, yeah, the pay does not match inflation. Okay, a hyper, it does not match that. It does not match that. Okay, it does not match. All right. So here we are here. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Right. If you're a wise man in this time, you would understand that right now, this is a place that's polluted. Okay. This is a place that you don't have a future here. Okay. And yeah, you do your little work to get by, but ultimately you understand that we do not have a future here. Babylon is made to be destroyed. Okay, but it was also made for us to serve out our punishment. All right, this is why Babylon the Great is not made for comfort, because we were brought here, okay, for punishment. Okay, and then to ultimately be delivered. The elect first, the elect. Okay. Okay, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. And if you don't have that attitude about this place, then you must love your slave master, man. Okay, because we are in slavery right now, man. Okay. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Yeah. Okay. Your government will give you. Okay, the government will give you certain things and make it easy, but it's ultimately to lay a stumbling block before you. Okay, for you to fall into a ditch. All right, like with this MOTB, they're gonna try to, they may tell you got 5,000 on it as soon as you get it inserted in your hand. Okay, 10,000, whatever the number, because they can just punch in numbers, man. Okay, but that's a gift destroying the heart. All right. And I read verse 8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. Okay. All right. That was pretty much on 8 on that. But let's jump back over here. Well, let's jump over here to this Deuteronomy. Okay. Because let's see. There we go. Okay, because it was said that we will be serving our enemies. Okay, and that's exactly what's going on right now. Okay, Deuteronomy chapter 28. We're not getting richer as a nation. We might have some rich people in our nation, but that ain't shit. Okay, when the Lord sets us up in rulership, that's what the true riches is. The true blessings is. Okay, right now we got we're impoverished. Okay, we're impoverished. All right. Okay, Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 48 in the King James version. Therefore thou shalt serve thy enemies, which the Lord Yahawah shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst. Okay, this is slavery right here, man. Okay, and we're still in hunger and thirst because we're not. You may be able to go get food, and you might be able to get something to drink, a damn Fago, you fucking Jakes. But ultimately you're deprived of spiritual food. Okay, and you're also deprived of the actual nutrients that the food gives, because this food is defiled. Okay, that's another reason why this is not a place of comfort. The food is defiled. Does not, they make it in labs. Okay, the shit is made in laboratory, like fucking Dexter. Okay, it's made in laboratories, so it's not real. A lot of this stuff comes seedless. Okay, that's oppression, man. Okay, they're controlling their food for their slaves. That's exactly what's going on. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies. Okay, and who will we serve? Esau Edom right now, man. He's the one in the power seat, which the Lord Yahawah shall send against thee. And this is why it's not a place of comfort, because the Lord sent it against us. All right, for punishment. All right. In hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. We have a want for all things, but we know that this on this side, we're gonna be We have a want, and we have a want in all, a want of all things, but we know on this side we're impoverished. Okay, we're in poverty. Okay, and we won't get that. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Okay, all right. And Jake is still being wasted away in the streets today. Okay, this is Judges 5 and 11. Let me go down some. Let's see what the commentary says on this one. They that are delivered. This is usually explained. This is the Ellicott's commentary, English readers. This is usually explained to mean that in the time of oppression, the shepherds and the woman could not go to the wells to draw water without being disturbed by the enemy's archers. And the construction in that case is changed in the middle of the verse to remind them that they can now sing Yahawah's praises by the safe well sides. The meaning is highly uncertain. The they that are delivered as a conjectural addition of our version, the Hebrew only has from the noise. The Vulgate renders it where the chariots clashed together and the army of enemy was strangled. Okay, that's some, it's just bullshit, man. Okay, so this is what they break down it to be. Uh, and that's all we got in commentary, huh? It says they shall recount the righteous acts of the Lord. And I'm gonna read the scripture in a second. Recounting the acts of the Lord emphasizes the importance of remembering and proclaiming God's faithfulness and intervention in Israel history. Right. Okay. The Lord. This is a good lesson right here. Remembering and proclaiming powers, faithfulness, and intervention in Israel history. Let me take a picture of that real quick because, hey, with all that, being said, the Lord will come and intervene, okay, as He has before a time, okay. This practice is seen throughout the Old Testament, where the psalmist account powers deed to encourage faithfulness among the people. The righteous acts refer to Yahweh's deliverance of Israel from the enemies, highlighting His justice and mercy. Okay, so let's actually give some clearance on that. Okay, Judges chapter 5, verse 11. Now go to King James Version. Okay, they that are delivered from the noise of archers and the places of drawing waters. Okay, the noise of archers, war, confusion, noise. Okay, and that's what Babylon the Great is. Okay, it's a big ball of dust. It's a big ball of the confusion. Okay, and you can't focus here, and you barely can lock in through the spirit because there's so many distractions and wickedness. Okay, they that are delivered from the noise of archers and the places of drawing water, because in the battlefield you have a lot of war going on. It's a lot of just a lot of confusion going. Okay, it's a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot of noise going. It's a lot of fighting going. It's a lot of everything going. All right. They that are delivered, okay, they that are delivered are going to be the elect on this side. Okay, that 1/3. All right, that 1/3 that's going to be delivered by Yahawashi. Okay, all right, they that are delivered from, and that's men, children, and women. That's men, women, and children. From the noise of archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. Okay, and where are we rehearsing righteous acts? Okay, in different captivities, we knew who we were. Okay, in some captivities, we knew who we were. Okay, Okay, on this side, we had to come back to who we were, and that came with rehearsing the righteous acts of the Lord. Okay, and it's a rehearsal. We're not going to get it 100%. Okay, rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord Yahweh, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates. Okay, let me see something. Okay, Isaiah chapter 47, verse 6. And I'll go to King James verse. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance. Okay, the Lord, set up a discomfort for us. Okay, and given them into thine hands. All right, thou didst shew them no mercy, Esau, Edom. Okay, upon the ancient has thou verily heavily laid thy yoke. Okay, that's from that time, from that time where we were, you know, and since Esau has you know pursued blood. Okay, since he not hated blood, this is has this all from all that time, man. He has been after us. Okay, this is him. Esau. He didn't show no mercy. Okay, no mercy at all. That's why the Lord says, "Sit in silence and go into darkness, O daughter of Chaldea, for you will no longer be called the Queen of Kingdoms. I was angry with my people. I profaned my heritage, and I placed them under your control. You showed them no mercy, even on elderly. You laid a most heavy yoke. You said, I will be queen forever. You did not take these things to heart or consider their outcome." Okay. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 17. Israel is a scattered flock chased away by lions. Right. So how can you have comfort? Okay. How can there be comfort? Okay. The first to devour him was the king of Syria. The last to crush his bones was Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. So we were constantly oppressed. All right. Lamentations 1 and 5. Her foes have become her masters. Her enemies are at ease. For the Lord Yahawah has brought her grief because of her many transgressions. And that's the her is the Israel. Okay, as a nation. All right. For the Lord Yahawah has brought, because we just read in Deuteronomy, the Lord will bring them against us. For the Lord Yahawah has brought her grief because of her many transgressions. Her children have gone away as captives before the enemy. Okay, and that's the truth. It's not. This wasn't a place built for comfort. Grab this real quick. Zechariah chapter 1 verse 5, 15. Shalakia. Zechariah chapter 1 verse 12 real quick. Okay, and this is why you have mercy promised to Jerusalem. Okay, because we were cast out. Okay, you know the Lord put a heavy punishment on us. Verse 12. Then the angel of the Lord answered and said, O Lord of hosts, how long wilt thou not have mercy on Jerusalem and all the cities of Judah? Okay, against which thou hast had indignation. Okay, fierce anger these threescore and 10 years. And the Lord Yahweh answered, and the Lord Yahweh answered the angels, and that talked with me good words and comfortable words. So the angel that communed with me said unto me, Cry thou, saying, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh of hosts, I am jealous for Jerusalem and for Zion with a great jealousy, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. Okay, these people that rule over us right now unto the ends of the earth. Okay, the people that rule over us is Esau, Edom. Okay, and they're at ease. Okay, they're putting their plan together. Okay, they putting a master plan on how to chill the chosen. That's being at ease. For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. Right. So there's no rest here, man. Babylon the Great. Listen, okay. Babylon the Great is not built for comfort, man. There's no rest here, man. All right, where am I at? Okay. For I was but a little displeased, and they helped for the affliction. Right. So the Lord had, a certain amount of punishment, but they helped forward it. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahawah, I am returned to Jerusalem with mercies. Okay, and we're waiting for that, man. My house shall be built in it, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and a line shall be stretched forth upon Jerusalem. Cry yet, saying, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, my cities through prosperity shall be spread abroad, and the Lord Yahweh shall yet comfort Zion, and shall yet choose Jerusalem. Okay, so that's beautiful, man. The Lord has not forgotten about us. He has not forsaken us. Okay. Let me Okay, and this is always a good scripture to go to remember that you're not in your rest. Okay, Micah chapter 2 verse 10. All right, in the King James version it says, "Arise ye and depart, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction." Okay, all right, and it is polluted. Okay, you have all forms of wickedness. Okay, false balance of the money. Okay, you can't. You barely own your children here, man. Okay, this man owns your children, man. He puts on the TV, on the internet. Okay, wicked stuff. Okay, you go to the hospital. You barely can deny certain things. They putting shots up in you. And they killing us off slowly with chemtrails. Okay, in the air, falling from the planes. The chemtrails that come down, heavy metals. Okay, you got many diseases here. Okay, this is a diseaseful place. All right. The food is tainted. It says that the children of Israel shall eat their food, the defiled bread amongst the Gentiles. Roughly paraphrasing. Okay. So it's a lot going on here, man. Okay. It's a lot going on. And this place is destroyed. Okay. It said right here in the NASB 1995, arise and go, for this is no place of rest, because of the uncleanness that brings on destruction, a painful destruction. Right. There's no rest here, man. Okay, there's no comfort in Babylon. Okay, this is the place that it was made to be destroyed. Okay, just like Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay. Let me see down. Down. Okay, and this is why it doesn't make sense for you Israelites to be trusting in, and going down onto Egypt. Okay, going to the Americans. Wanting help from them instead of reaching out to Yahawashi, who's ultimately the one that's going to give you. If you be, ultimately all of Israel is going to be in a safe haven in the kingdom. But that's the only one that can grant you mercy. Okay, that's the only one that can. That's the only one that can grant you mercy. That's the only one that can save you. Okay, it said no man shall save you. Okay, the only one that can save us is Yahawashi. Isaiah chapter 31 verse 1 in NLT. What sorrow awaits those who look to Egypt? Yeah, if you're looking to Trump, if you're looking to America, help make America great again. If that's you, then you've been bamboozled. Okay, you've been caught up in the wine of transgression, of Babylon. Okay, this is not our city, man. You let these people worry about them. We're gonna worry about us, man. We worried about turning back to Yahawashi so we can get out of here. What sorrow awaits those who look to Egypt for help, trusting their horses, chariots, and charioteers, and depending on the strength of human armies, instead of looking to the Lord Yahawah, the Holy One of Israel. Yes, I got a client that's an Ephraimite, and they always like to say, man, nobody's going to come up against America because the army and this and this and that. And okay, that means you're depending on the strength of human armies instead of looking to the Lord Yahweh, which is a 1 second, which that army is a spirit army, a spiritual army, which meaning like it's a physical but it's a strong army. Okay, the Lord of hosts is hey, the Lord is hey, the Lord said, I kill, I make alive, and none that can deliver out of roughly paraphrase out of my hand. This is the power we're looking for. Okay. Instead of looking to the Lord Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel. Okay. So that's the thing, man. Let me read this. Hosea chapter 5, verse 13. When Ephraim saw his sickness and Judah his wound, then Ephraim turned to Syria and sent to the great king, but he cannot cure you or heal your wound, right? Okay, because it's a polluted place. Okay, they're physicians of no values. Okay, they're gonna constantly keep the fucking disease ramping around. It's not gonna be healed. It's not gonna be cleared until the Lord comes back. Okay, you can go on the news right now and see. That's a beautiful animal. Okay, you can go to the news right now and see that this place is confused. It says U.S. consumer prices increased moderately in July. Data quality concerns rising. Right, when food was supposed to be grown from trees, and a lot of food was supposed to be free. Okay, all right. Uh, says right here, nobody's buying homes, nobody's switching jobs, and America's mobility is stalling. Right, America is coming to an end. Okay, so it's a lot of confusion here, man. Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 66, NLT version, your life will constantly hang in the balance. You will live night and day in fear, unsure if you will survive, man. This is what's going on, man. We're unsure if we're going to survive. Okay. We don't know what's going to happen to, unless the Lord Yahawashi covers you, you still don't know what's going to happen. But, it's just serious, man. This is not no joke. Okay. In the ESV, your life shall hang in doubt before you. Night and day shall be in dread and have night and day you shall be in dread and have no assurance of your life. Okay, you won't have no assurance of your life. You don't know if you're gonna hit the corner, you're gonna hit the corner, turn around the corner and get hit by, so you don't kill or get killed. Okay. All right. Now, Lamentations chapter 1, verse 3. Judah has gone into exile under affliction and harsh slavery. She dwells among the nations, but finds no place to rest. All her pursuers have overtaken her in the midst of her distress, man. Okay. Okay, and this is why we look into the Holy One, all right? Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2. Okay, looking unto Yahawashi, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of Yahawah. Okay, for consider him that endured such traditions of sinners against himself, lest ye be weary and faint in your minds. Okay, so that's the one we're looking for to come. That's the one we're looking to come deliver us. That will deliver the elect. Okay, all right. Okay, but I think that'll suffice on that. You got to get ready for work. All right, but this has been Babylon the Great. It's not built for comfort. Okay, it's polluted. Okay, will destroy you with a sword destruction. All right. So with that, I'm gonna give our honor and glory to Yahawah, by Hashem Yahawashi, by Hashem Kakodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders, of great millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Lord, willing us a edifying lesson to you, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Okay, who consist of the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, your power is Yahawah. Your heavenly power, your heavenly Father is Yahawah. Okay, and the only begotten Son is Yahawashi. All right. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.